This video is intended for people just starting out with their four-wheel drive or camping adventures. The intention is to suggest essential items you could carry in your vehicle full-time without compromising daily use. Then you don't have to worry about forgetting those items when you do go for a trip to the bush. I'd also recommend for those just starting out that you join a four-wheel drive club or go on a commercial four-wheel drive course. This is part 1, covering the items I carry in the box in the rear of the vehicle. Please watch the other videos on my channel for essential items carried inside the vehicle. Okay, well I have a utility vehicle, so I just have a box in the back, aluminium tool chest I guess you'd call it, that I keep a lot of my stuff in. So let's just open that up. Okay, so I have not prepared this box at all. It's just whatever comes out, comes out. There may be some strange things in here, but let's see what we've got in this box, which is what I call, if you like, everyday carry box for wherever I am. This goes with me. So I just use one of these combination padlocks to keep it secure. Now, people will say that these aren't all that secure at all. They can quite easily be broken into, but it's the convenience of not having a key. You have to lubricate these now and again as they're outside, but not such a big deal. Okay, let's open this box. So the first thing we have in here is a tarpaulin. Now, I don't have a canopy on this vehicle, which I prefer actually, because that allows me to take high and wide items in the vehicle. The canopy, of course, you're restricted on the height, and also they're pretty hard to access. So what I do is I need to keep something out of the weather. I just use this tarp, which is it's a bit tough to get out. It is it's one I got just ordered on eBay. You don't go down to Bunnings or the hardware store and get one of those cheap poly tarps, because they just won't last, and they're light and they're horrible things. So this is a good vinyl tarp. I guess it's similar to what the truckies use. Probably not the same quality as the truckies use, but good heavy tarp. So that covers everything that's in the back of the vehicle if it needs to be kept out of the weather. I'll just get rid of that. And it's also, obviously, a tarp's also very useful for other things as well. A good tarp, you know, if you're caught in an emergency, you can cover anything with it, keep it out of the weather. You can even make a small shelter, well, quite a large shelter actually, off the side of the vehicle if I wanted to. Not that that's ever going to happen, but yeah, tarp. Okay, let's delve down further in here. The next thing we have is, I just have this bag full of various, it's not very tidy, various ratchet straps, various sizes. I'm not opening this, but you know, the common ratchet strap for keeping load secure in the back of the vehicle. All these bags I've got here are all recycled bags from various things. When I used to do a lot, when I was working, I used to do it with airline travel, so I think most of these are bags I've got from the airlines over the years. Okay, next thing down here is the rope. Now this is just some of that cheap rope. Stretches like buggery, but it's good for additional, if you need additional tie downs or anything that you need to rope for. You know, these are good. I think they're $6 a huge, a huge reel from the hardware store. They don't hold up in the weather for very long, but that's not what it's there for. Okay, let's get further down here. Another bag. As you can see, this is definitely from an airline, another Max Pack Qantas. Okay, and that's the one I keep my what they call it in Australia, we call them hockey straps, just for light tie down work. Okay, we'll go across the side here a minute. Just some garbage bags there, just for general purpose. A lot of times when we're out, we see rubbish on the side of the road, or general, any general rubbish. We can. Oops, light's just gone a bit. We can just get a garbage bag, put that in there. Okay, some of the heavy stuff down the bottom. Oh, this one's a cable puller. Just one I got from Aldi. I think it's only rated at. Let's have a look here. I think it's rated at 1 tonne. So, I mean, it's not going to winch your vehicle out of a bog or anything, but it's good for if you might want to winch a tree off a track, or it will. You can put it with a couple of straps to hold the vehicle if it's slipping, danger of slipping off the road or something like that. And the thing I like about something like this is it's quite light and quite small, rather than having one of those full turfer type winches. That's that one. There's a service kit for chainsaws, so I've just got in here various files. I keep it in there because if I'm going to take my chainsaws, I generally forget to take this, so it's just kept in the back of the truck, back of the vehicle. You're not allowed to call them trucks, utilities trucks in Australia. You get shot down for that. No, I agree, it's not a truck. Anyway, it's just got various files and various things for keeping the chainsaw maintained and sharp. Okay, there's a little cable, steel cable that goes with the, that sort of helps out with the hand winch I showed you earlier for various things. Some more bags. Now these are what they call demo bags, demolition bags. They're just a bit stronger than the garbage bags. The garbage bags tend to rip apart quite easily. So, for other stuff that you might want to pick up on the road, they're quite large, about the same size as the garbage bag. And a few of those. Okay, let's go over here. Right. The strap. Now this may look to you like a snatch strap, but it's not. It's what they call a winch extension strap. This one's 20 metres, or about 60 feet long. These are very good for just general purpose holding things or pulling things. They don't stretch like a snatch strap does, obviously. So, they can be used in conjunction with a snatch strap. You can join it onto a snatch strap to give you an extra, if your vehicle's being pulled out of a bog, or you're pulling a vehicle out of a bog and you want to stay a bit back from the bog, you can put your 9 metre snatch strap. They're normally about 9 metres, and you can get further back from the bog yourself. But a variety of other uses, they can be used very much like a rope, really. a good strong 20-metre rope. So that's that one. What have we got down here? As I said, I'm not even quite sure what it is. I know it's all in here. Okay, so what this is a tree trunk protector. Now, you normally see these being used with a winch, either a hand winch or a vehicle winch. So they wrap around the tree to protect the bark of the tree from getting damaged if you're winching off it. However, I used to have a hand winch which I got rid of, but I use this now as what they call an equaliser strap. So what you can do, I've got two recovery points on the front of this vehicle. I'll put a picture up of that in the video. So what you can do, rather than just pulling off one recovery point on one side of the vehicle, you can put this equaliser strap on the two recovery points with some shackles, and then you can put your snatch strap through the equaliser strap, and you can pull evenly on both sides of the vehicle. And this is not a snatch strap, as you know, but I'll just demonstrate how to do that. So what you do is you then pull off. You have the two attachment points on the vehicle, and you can snatch. And this will, if you're pulling at a slight angle, this will adjust itself up and down. There are proper equaliser straps you can buy, and they've got they're just much the same as this, except they have some protection, and you can wrap along. But for the amount of times I'm going to use this, this will be fine. So that's that. Also another strap, of course, that's useful for just general things, for holding things or whatever. So that. In the back here, I just carry chainsaw bar and chain oil because if I take the chainsaws, which I don't obviously carry the chainsaws all the time, but I have a bottle of bar and chain oil in the car because otherwise I normally forget to take it. Down the bottom here, various bits of chain. This out first. What we have here is a small handsaw, just a cheap handsaw, but actually works quite well. So, if you want to saw you might have a small tree across the track or something you need to get rid of, or just for general sawing of firewood or whatever. This one's good because it comes with its own sheath, which is great. I think that wouldn't have cost more than $20, that one, probably less than that. Now, this is a piece of invaluable equipment that everybody should have. The tyre plug kit. Now, this is the safety seal one, which in my opinion is the best. American made. Well, it's from America, I'm pretty sure it's put together in America. Now, the tyre plug kit is handy if you've got a puncture. You can use these to seal a puncture. Quite a lot of punctures actually. I haven't opened this for a while, so what you do is there's probably videos on YouTube about these, but you can use these to plug a puncture normally while the wheel is still on the vehicle. So in a lot of cases you don't even have to remove the wheel from the vehicle to repair the puncture. So these ones are good because they have the lube to lube the hole before you insert the plug. This is the awl for cleaning out the hole, and this is the tool that inserts the plug in the hole. And here's the plugs themselves here. I've had this kit for a number of years now, and I've used it a number of times too. But the plugs are just sort of like a vulcanised fibre thing. They're getting pretty. I might have to look at those actually and see. I might have to replace those. I'll keep that out. So they're sort of vulcanised, self-vulcanising plugs. Now you get a lot of cheap tyre plug kits. These are probably $100, these kits, but you know they work very well. And you can put 2 or 3 plugs in a hole if it's on a slightly larger hole as well. And I had one plug in for many thousands of kilometres in a tyre, and it was never a problem. So highly advise those. Safety seal. Get the safety seal kit because you know it comes in a nice little case and it lasts you for years. The hacksaw is handy for lots of things really. I mean you might hit your exhaust pipe or something you need to cut some steel or metal. You know, it can be used as a normal saw as well, obviously, in a lot of circumstances. That's just a cheap one I bought many years ago. So, 2 other important items these are the heaviest items I carry in the back. First, this here is jumper leads. So, if you're going to buy jumper leads, get decent ones. Don't get those little shoddy light ones that you see at the auto shops. Get a decent set. You need very thick cable. This is actually a set I made up many years ago out of some welding lead. So silicon covered lead. And I had the clamps from another set that the cable wasn't quite thick enough on, so I put the clamps on this bit of cable. In fact, starting to get a few little nicks in it now, but that's the negative side, that won't matter. But they've been very handy, very good, and they're actually a bit longer than the standard jumper leads you get too. So there's obviously jumper leads for emergency starting of your vehicle or other vehicles. But as I point out, you need to have a really good thick wire on them. And last but not least, if you have a flat tyre and you have your tyre plug kit, which I showed you before, great. Plug the tyre, but now of course you need to inflate it. So always carry a compressor. This is just one of these run-of-the-mill high-volume compressors. There's probably dozens of brands of the same type out there. This one I got from J-Car, I think, on special. And it's a fairly good one. Once again, if you're going to buy a compressor, buy a decent one that can produce a bit of volume of air. I've got some. This is the hose that came with it, the air hose, which I don't like very much, but I had this air hose from a previous vehicle. The thing about these is they need a fair bit of current to run, so you've got to hook them directly onto the battery, or have a quite a thick wiring to whatever you're going to power them from. I've got what they call an Anderson plug on the back of the vehicle. It's actually charges the battery in the caravan. But I also can plug these are rated at 75 amps, I think. This is what they call the Anderson power pole connectors, which I use. You can get the other style of Anderson connector as well. But you know, so I can just plug this in the back of the vehicle, near where the caravan wiring connector plugs in, and you know, it works quite well off that. So you know, these are the leads that go on the battery that were on. I just cut those off and put this on instead. I do have an adapter. It has this on the one end and the jump and the alligator clips on the other end, so I can convert it back to just putting it on the battery if I need to. So that's about it for the back. What we'll do is I'll put this all back together, and we'll move and see what's on the inside of the vehicle.